Meine Herren, the target for today is an enemy supply depot located in Troitskaya. Each aircraft will carry a standard bomb load of 8 250-kilogram general-purpose bombs to effect the destruction of this target, or 4 for the H.6 models in the formation. Our escort, Bf-109s from JG-52, will, once again, meet us over Zaporozhskaya airfield at waypoint 2 and escort us to and from the target. Expect light flak over the front line and over the target. The probability of fighter interception is high, as we will be flying close to several Soviet fighter regiments. The formation will bomb from an altitude of 3,500 meters unless the weather forces us low. The heading on the run-up to the target will be 104 degrees. The town, river, railway station, and lake should be plainly visible on the run-up. That's all. Good luck. Welcome aboard my HE-111 on this fine, if slightly cloudy morning for the 6th mission of this 111 career. Let's get our landing lights turned on so we can see where we're going and get the aircraft configured for takeoff. So close the water radiators down to 75%, open the oil radiators up to 75%, and that's usually an adequate configuration for takeoff and climb. I think we're ready to go. Set takeoff power. I'm hoping that this cloud cover won't prove to be heavy enough to force us below it, because it's only at 1,000 meters, and if we have to bomb from below that, we're toast. But time will tell. We'll just have to see what things look like over the target when we get there. So, airspeed's alive. 100. I think I will use some flap today. Flaps 15. $150. I'll use up all the runway I can, but we've got a drop-off coming up. So 180, that's good enough. Climbing, gear up. Speeds approaching 200, flaps up. And just keep climbing. And lights off before I forget. And set climb power. Alright, well, I'll climb out on runway heading for just a little bit, and then we'll come right and head east. Our track over to waypoint 2 is 095. So I'll make that turn shortly and we'll be on our way. Welcome back. We're just about to level off at 3,500 meters, and I have managed to find Zaporozhskaya airfield through the cloud. It's a vaguely good sign, because if I can find that, maybe I can find the target. We're going to level off at 3,400 as indicated on this altimeter. 3,500 as indicated on the one in the bomb site, which is set to the correct barometric setting. So, level off. And I've actually managed, as you can probably see, to get the formation assembled during the climb by using a slightly reduced climb power setting. So that worked pretty well. We are flying a mixed formation today. The two bombers closest to me are H6s. The rest are H16s. I thought I'd put the H6s close to the front of the formation where they would be in the least danger, at least theoretically. And hopefully they'll be the best protected. So time to do a little drift calculation. So I'll take the halfway house of these two wind figures, so we'll go 18 meters per second from, we'll call it 030. Our intended track over the ground is 104, so near enough, an offset of 70 degrees from that, with probably a final airspeed of something like 280 or 290 at 3,500. That gives us a drift correction, well, gives us a drift factor of 13 degrees to starboard. So we'll correct 13 degrees to port and pick up a heading, a corrected heading of 091. And I think we passed over that field already, so we will now come right. and we'll see how well that figure holds up. So, in terms of visual checkpoints, we want to be flying over right over the middle of this town down here, which, let's use observation mode. We should, in principle, do. More or less, anyway. I might have to... Actually, no, that looks about right. Where's the road? We do want to directly overfly this one bend in the road, so we'll come very slightly to port. I think we started out very slightly right of track, so I'm not surprised that we have to correct here. Oh, and for anyone who's wondering why we have these messages in the bottom left from Heribert Kroma and Gunther Jäger showing that they're airborne, that's just a bug that those tend to hang around. And also, for the record, neither Chuck nor Aaron Yeager is in my squadron, so make of that what you will. We should be good to close down the radiators a bit for the trip over. I'll close them both down to 1/4 for now and see how that looks as we trundle along. And I'll probably come back as we get a little nearer the target, or if we should be intercepted on the way in, although that hasn't actually happened yet. Okie dokie. So if you look below us here, you can see a rather distinctly shaped town there. That is the town of Hankov. We're on track so far and nearing the target. In fact, we might as well call this our initial point. However, if you look out towards that... Well, actually, no, I can just about pick out Troitskaya, and I think I can just see the target through the gap in the cloud there. Okay, yep, so I'll... And we're perfectly lined up on it. Okay, well, I was perfectly on track then. That's very nice. Okie dokie, well, let's get set up then. I'll do a 0.10 second interval for now. The rest of the formation's going to do that anyway. Drop all bombs. Already got airspeed and altitude inputted for navigation. Airspeed will come back a bit once we open the bomb bay doors, but we can correct for that later. I have actually nudged down to the wind figure for 2,000 meters, because that seemed to more accurately reflect what the aircraft was actually doing, in that when I inputted an exact halfway figure we were drifting, and when I bumped it back to the 2,000 meter figure we stopped drifting. So I think it's probably nearer the correct wind figure for this altitude, so we're going to stick with it. Now, that bit of cloud might just perfectly obscure the target, mightn't it? Maybe. So our actual target is at the southern end of the sort of rail yard industrial area there. So we'll make sure we're aligned on it. And who knows, we might have to chance using the automatic mode on the bomb site here. We shall see. In fact, you know what? Why don't I see if it actually tracks that point at the moment? Not perfectly. Once again, it's difficult, if not impossible, to use the automatic mode when your airspeed isn't exactly on a perfect multiple of 10 here. So, yeah, we may have to not do that and try and bomb on reference points out to one side or something. Bomb bay doors are coming open. I'll dial the speed back to 300 because it'll drop back to at least that much. And we'll see if that changes our correction factor. Yeah, changes it to pretty much an even 11 degrees. I think the site was still pretty much on target though. Is this cloud just going to cover up the target completely? Maybe. Where's the road? It's a little bit in front of the target. The target might appear at the last second. Well, it better, because that's going to be our only chance to hit it on this run. If we don't, especially if the cloud's moving south, we'll have to go around. But the question is, if we do we go in low? Because going in low would be super dangerous, but we may have to in order to hit the target. We'll see. If it pops out of the cloud, then all that stops being a problem. I'll bear in mind where the road is. And yeah, it looks like airspeed's going to settle up at about 300 even, so that's fine. Well, I can see the town. Are we going to get lucky? Are we going to get our hole in the cloud here? Yep, drop on my command. Ooh, that's super thin. Oh, hang on, hang on, hang on. Target destroyed. What's going on back there? I think that's it. Bombs away. Or, bombs away. Yeah, that's the southern part of the complex. Well, we'll at least hit something. Probably, he says. Fighters are engaging, and is that a fighter passing below us? Maybe? We'll see. Well, as soon as the bombs hit the target, we'll just turn and make a beeline for home based on the ADF. Alright, good job, guys. Target destroyed. Yeah, pretty good firing of the target, all things considered. Alright, bomb bay doors closing. And, come hard about. Firing on a friendly? I did not. I'm not sure what that was about. Gunner's calling out a fighter engaging. Okay, well, as soon as we roll out, I'll get on course. Oh yeah, we've got a furball going on behind us. Those look like 109s diving on something. Still not sure what they are yet. And just align that ADF so that we go straight home. And I'll hop on the gunner seat. What's our actual track? 279. And I believe the German automatic direction finder somehow corrects for wind, so I'll just let it do its thing. No, come slightly left. It also wobbles a bit, so it's not like the most reliable thing. Anyway, really we just need to head west. 280, wind was from the north, so actually I'll settle up on like 290, and I'll just be happy with that. What do we got going on back here? Some fighting going on off to our starboard side. All the action pretty much seems to be below us, so I'll hop down on the ventral turret. See what I can spot with that. What do we got? Looks like our fighters maybe have things under control for now, but we'll see. Formation is struggling a little bit to keep up. That's probably an enemy going down if one of our fighters is calling target destroyed. Engaging fighter to the southeast, 1 kilometer. I don't see anything southeast as such. Pretty much everything straight behind us, and the sort of furball seems to be trailing off. So maybe we'll be able to get away. These guys are really falling behind. I'm going to hop back up into the cockpit and double check our engine settings. Engines are a little hot. I'll open the radiators up a little bit. And make sure we're just on maximum continuous power. which is 75 squared. Yeah, and hop back here and see what we can see. Not much visible from this turret. I say turret, it's more of a barbette. Yeah, I think the enemy have been seen off by our fighters. At least so far. Well, that's a nice change from last time. Okay, our two close in, which are the H6s, are keeping up. The H16s seem to be falling slightly behind. I may have to throttle back a bit, although I'm really loath to do that with enemy fighters around. Yeah, I don't think we're immediately threatened by fighters right now, so I'll hop back up in the cockpit. Ooh, I saw a flak burst. Might mean we're close to crossing the front line, and I'll try and figure out where we are. Okay, so we've got this very distinctive sort of anatomical-looking cluster of lakes down here. I think those are these, so if we're passing to the right of those, we should actually be more or less on track. We want to pass directly over Krasny Oktyabr, or Red October, which is there, I think. Maybe? Yeah. Okay, well, that'll do fine then. Our speed at 310, flying pretty much the reciprocal course of last time. I think our drift correction will be about 10 degrees. So I'll pop that into here and use it as a reference for the trip home. That has us passing a little closer to the lakes. Really not a big deal, though. I might come right to, like, 2.9 or 2. But mostly, I think I'm going to do radio navigation with this thing to get us home. As much as anything else. Well, I'll double check for fighters, but if it really looks like we've been left in the... Actually. What is this? Kinda looks like a 109. It also kinda looks like a P40. Is that what we were dealing with? Give me the gun. Hand on heart, I still can't quite tell. Feel like I can see yellow wingtips, though. Yeah, I think that's a 109. He disappeared behind that. Ping. I just want to be sure before we step away. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, that's a 109, unmistakably. Alright, well, I think they successfully chased off the enemy fighters, and we're pretty much laughing for the moment, anyway. I shouldn't say we're laughing permanently. After all, I was a little bit surprised last time, actually, because we were intercepted about here, and they chased us all the way into a friendly airfield, far behind the lines. And in previous missions, I'd been feeling pretty secure once I'd gotten to about this far west, and I was getting up to do things like make cups of tea. But I definitely shouldn't do that. I'll remain at my post until we get all the way back home so that I'm not asleep at the switch if we get bounced or whatever. Anyway, I shall remain vigilant, and we'll carry on towards home. So here's something I didn't notice right away. One of our bombers must have taken a hit sometime during the bomb run or afterwards, because you can see there he's leaking fuel. That's one of our H6s, so he's carrying a little more than everyone else, but presumably it's still coming out at a pretty rapid rate. Really, all we can do is try to get him home as soon as possible. I'm considering, since we found out last time that it's sort of something we can do, diverting to a closer friendly field. We might go to Zaporozhskaya again to reduce the chances of him running out of fuel and crashing. I've still got some time to make that decision on the return trip, so yeah, I'll try and figure that out by the time we're over that area. Well, in the end, I decided that we would probably be alright to just proceed back to base. We broke formation a bit ago. My wingman did indeed make it. He didn't run out of fuel anything, so I am just going to make a very loose right base and land from south to north here. Since, well, the wind is from... Actually, let's check. The wind at surface level 5 meters per second. So actually, I might make a bit of a dogleg right here to try and get rid of some speed, and then we'll just land the bloody thing. Lights are coming on. Everyone else is requesting landing approach. I'll try and just kind of sneak in ahead of them if that's okay with everyone. I just need to get rid of some more speed. Let's do a forward slip. There we go. Speed's back through 250, gear down, and turn on to final. There we go. Should be able to land pretty much straight into the wind. Props forward to max continuous setting. Put some throttle back in and set flaps 40. Flaps 40 set. We got green lights on the landing gear. We have an aircraft pulling straight up into a vertical climb again. Oh boy. My guys always have to mess up a successful mission by doing something silly that gets someone killed whilst we're trying to land. Oh well. All I can do about it is get on the ground as quickly as possible and get shut down before any of them do any silliness. Anyway. We are actually cleared to land. Not that I was really waiting for permission or anything. Oh. And I need to stop looking at that and focus on landing my airplane. Maintain about 160 until we're over the field. Alright, we got the field made. We can start easing off. Head into the flare. There we go. That was relatively gentle. And we're mostly decelerated now. Flaps up, and we'll just get clear. Whilst trying not to ground loop. Yeah, landed. I'll just go shut down in front of this hangar once we're out of the way. And we'll finish things up. Okay, that should be good enough. Shut her down. They're not dying yet. Okay, well, let's finish the mission and get our results. Right, well, I got 3 facilities. So, probably just warehouses, that kind of thing. And let's see the rest of the formation managed to do. Considering the conditions, I'm very pleased with our bomb run. It seems like we got everything nicely on target. And our pattern was pretty much dead center. And maximize damage. As you can see, later today we're going to bomb a strong point very close to our previous target. So that's revealed for next time. Anyway, on this mission, let's see, the rest of the formation damaged 2 station facilities, so we messed up some of the railway station as well, and 15 facilities, presumably mostly warehouses. So that was a very good effect on the target. I'm pretty pleased with that. And we've already seen what the next mission is. I'll switch myself over to an H-16 probably. Not only because it's a better airplane, but also because it's good for the leader to be in the slower airplane. Because if I fly an H-6, I'll leave all the H-16s in the dust. Anyway, that'll be next time. I'll be back with the next mission pretty soon. Toodles.